Okay, today we're going to work with quadratic systems. We're going to solve and graph systems of linear and quadratic equations. And if we look at underneath the new concepts, it says solutions of a linear quadratic system. So we're graphing a line and we're graphing a parabola, a quadratic system. All right. These two figures, the line and the parabola, can either intersect in two places, as in the first box, giving us two solutions. They can intersect at one point, giving us one solution. And then we can have no solution because neither the parabola nor the line intersect with each other. Problem 1.
Okay, and now we're going to actually go ahead and graph problem 1 and basically graph and find the points of intersection. So it says, what is the solution to the system? Again, we got a quadratic and a line. Okay, so to graph the quadratic, I'm going to start with x equals negative b over 2a. I'm trying to find my axis of symmetry, which will help me find my vertex. My b in this case is negative 2, so the opposite of negative 2 is 2, and that'll be over 2 times my a, which is 1. So I get a value of x equals 1. Remember, that is the x coordinate of your vertex. So I'm going to take 1 now, and I'm going to substitute it into 1 up here in the quadratic. So I get y equals 1 squared minus 2 times 1 plus 1. And when you clean that up, you're going to get 2 minus 2, or 0. So the vertex is at the ordered pair 1, 0. We'll plot that. Remember, that's a really important point to plot for a parabola. And then I need to come up with one extra point. Since my y-intercept, again, is always the ordered pair 0, c, and that's close to my vertex, in this case it's 0, 1, I'll plot that point, and then I'll plot the point of symmetry, the ordered pair 2, 1. So we can draw in our parabola right here. So we have that in. And then now let's draw in our line. In our line we have a y-intercept of negative 3 and a slope of 1. So I can go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and draw that line in. And you can see that they don't intersect at all. So your answer to this one would be no solution.
All right, problem 2 is what is the solution of the system there? Well, another way to do the solution up to the system here is to use substitution. And each of these expressions equal y, so they're going to equal each other. So a negative 3x plus 4 is substituted into y in the first equation. And that equals x squared plus 3x plus 9. All right, so cleaning up that equation, we get 0 is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 5. And I notice that 5 and 6 are easily factorable into x plus 1 times x plus 5. And then setting each of those factors equal to 0 separately, I get x is equal to a negative 1 and x is equal to a negative 5. Then substituting into either one of those equations for x, I get the second, or the first point is going to be negative 1, 7. 7 is what my y-coordinate ends up being. And the other point then is negative 5, 19. Now, of course, you could graph this if you wanted to just verify that you had done everything correctly. But this is probably best solved by using substitution.
Okay, so for problem 3, I'm going to also use substitution. We have something a little different here. We don't have a linear quadratic system. We have two quadratic equations, and we're going to try to find if these two parabolas intersect. So we'll follow substitution again. Again, both of them equal y, so I'm just going to set them equal to each other. So I get x squared plus 9x plus 7 equals a negative x squared plus 3x plus 7. And when I set that equal to 0, I'm going to get 2x squared plus 6x. The 7's cancel. So I get 2x squared plus 6x equals 0. I can factor out our GCF, greatest common factor of 2x, and I'm going to get 2x times x plus 3 equals 0. And then if I set each part equal to 0, this would give me x equal to 0, or x equals negative 3. And then again, I'm going to use those as my x coordinate and I'm going to plug 0 into either this first equation, and that gets 7, and even if I plugged 0 in the next one, you're going to get 7 also. And then I can plug -3 in for x, and when you do that and clean it all up, you're going to get the ordered pair -3, -11. So these two parabolas intersect at 2 points. Okay, so problem 4 is a little different. Here we have a solution to a system of inequalities. So we're going to graph both parabolas first, and then we're going to have to do shading. You're going to shade either inside the parabola or outside the parabola, and then our solution to this system would be any common shaded area. So Ms. Hatfield's going to help us graph that first inequality.
All right, in that first inequality, remember we solve inequalities similar to how we solve equations. So what I'm going to do is find my vertex point first. We know that this is a quadratic equation, so let's find that vertex point by, first of all, finding the axis of symmetry. So x is going to equal then a -5/2, and that's going to be the x-coordinate for the vertex. And if I substitute a -5/2 in for x, I get y is greater than or equal to quantity -5/2 squared plus 5 times the quantity of -5/2 minus 8. And then that's y is greater than or equal to 25/4 minus 25/2 minus 8. And let's just make sure that we're using all fractions for this. It's kind of hard to use decimals, and we prefer you wouldn't use decimals. We know that decimals will help us in graphing, however. So combining here, changing 8 to fourths, we're going to have a -25/4 minus 32/4, and y then ends up being a -57/4. Now that's the y coordinate for the vertex using a -5/2 for x. And let's graph that then. So we want to graph that vertex, and a -5/2 is like a -2.5 or a -2.5. And a -57/4 would be a -14.25. So that vertex point is way down there.
And I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. I know I'm not low enough, but I'm going to just stick it there because we're running out of space, so we got it below.
Yeah, and I think it's good just to realize that that's, we've got the general location where it's located there in quadrant 3. All right, and then strategically to use some points, this is kind of hard and difficult, but one of the points you can use is 0, -8, which is the y-intercept.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count my y-axis. I'm going to go by 2's on that. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So I think if we go there, then it'll be a lot more accurate. Right?
All right, the symmetrical part to 0, -8 would be -5, -8. And now there are 3 points to draw our parabola.
Okay, so, and remember, you have to check at this point if it should be a solid or dashed curve, and we're going to do solid because it's or equal to. So I'm going to draw this in as best I can.
And then we're going
up like
to,
that.
Okay, and that looks great, but don't forget we have some shading. So let's try the point 0, 0. Okay, if I put 0 in for x, I get 0 squared plus 5 times 0 minus 8. And that would just give me a -8. And 0 is greater than or equal to a -8 is a true statement. And therefore, we're going to shade within that parabola then.
Good. Okay, and so now the next one, if we're going to graph that one, I'm going to start again with x equals -b/2a. And as I substitute, I'm going to get -3 over 2 times a -1 or -2. So my x-coordinate is 3/2 for that one. And if we throw 3/2 into our x up here, we're going to find our y value. So I have -3/2 squared plus 3 times 3/2 plus 4. So I'm going to end up with -9/4. Notice it's a -9/4. That negative is outside of the x squared. We're taking the opposite of 3/2 squared. So -9/4 plus 9/2 plus 4. And I'm going to switch them all to denominators of 4. So I got negative 9 fourths plus 18 fourths plus 16 fourths. And that would equal, as we clean it up, I should get positive 25 fourths. So the vertex for this one is 3/2, 25 fourths. And if I graph that, then I'm going to go over to 1 1/2, and then we're going to go 25 fourths is what? The same thing as 8 1/4, right? And remember our y.
No, not 8. 4
8
to 25. 6,
oh, I'm thinking 6 1/4. Sorry about that.
Okay, 6 1/4.
Good thing you're catching me. Remember on our y-axis we're going up by 2's. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6. I'm going to mark my vertex right up here. And then we need another ordered pair. And we're going to just use 0, 4. Again, that 0C is a nice point. So I'm going to plot that. And then we'll go over to, what, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 would be our other ordered pair when we follow symmetry. This one is going to have a dashed curve because it's just it's just less than, not or equal to. And we're going to test 0, 0 again. So when you plug 0 in here, you get 0 is less than 0 plus 0 plus 4. 0 is less than 4, so we're going to shade inside that curve. And notice now, when you're doing a system, we want the common shaded area. So we're going to have this little wedge in between the two parabolas right here. Okay, so that was
section 4.9. Looks like we have come to the end of the chapter.
Yep, and we learned in this lesson how to solve and graph systems of linear and quadratic equations and solve and graph systems of quadratic inequalities.